People who married young. Would you do it again? I was 19 when I married Alex. He was 20. We met in high school, dated through my first year of college, and got engaged. Everyone told us we were too young, that we should wait until after graduation at least, but we were sure we knew better. That was 12 years ago. The first few years were this weird mix of magical and brutal. We lived in a tiny apartment with mismatched furniture and a temperamental hot water heater. I was still in college, working part-time at a coffee shop. Alex had just started at his uncle's construction company. We were always tired, always broke, always arguing about money. We need to buy groceries, Alex. The credit card is already maxed out. I get paid Friday. We'll figure it out. We always do. But we also stayed up late talking about everything and nothing. We'd make elaborate dinners out of whatever random ingredients we had left. We'd walk around Target just to get out of our apartment, pretending we could afford the things we put in our cart, before quietly putting them all back. When I graduated at 22, I got a job at a marketing firm. Alex was moving up at the construction company. Things got a little easier financially, but then came new challenges. Suddenly we had different schedules, different friends, different stress. I was meeting people who had waited until their late 20s or 30s to get married, who had traveled, who had lived alone. Do you ever wonder what it would be like if we hadn't gotten married so young? I asked Alex one night, both of us exhausted, eating takeout on the couch. Sometimes, he admitted, but then I think about how lonely I'd be. We hit a really rough patch around year 7. I had grown in ways Alex hadn't. He had stayed close with all his high school friends while I had made new ones. We were arguing constantly, sleeping with our backs to each other. Maybe we made a mistake, I told my sister over coffee one day. Maybe everyone was right. We were too young. Every marriage has hard times, she said. The question is whether you still want to be with him when things get better. I wasn't sure. We tried counseling. It was awkward at first, sitting there with this stranger, trying to explain what had gone wrong, but slowly, it helped. We remembered why we had chosen each other in the first place. We learned how to argue better, how to listen, how to make space for each other to change. Now, at 31, I'm not the same person I was at 19. Alex isn't the same either. Sometimes I think about the alternate timeline where I didn't get married so young, where I dated more people, where I lived alone for a while. I missed out on certain experiences, that's true. But then I look at what I have. A partner who has seen me through every version of myself. Someone who knew me before adult life had shaped me, who held my hand through crappy apartments and entry-level jobs and identity crises. There's something powerful about growing up alongside someone, about building a life from scratch together. Would I do it again? TBH, I don't know. If my daughter someday tells me she wants to get married at 19, I'll probably try to talk her out of it. It's been harder than we thought it would be. We had to grow up and figure out our marriage at the same time, and that's a lot. But am I glad I did it? Yes, because I don't just love Alex. I love the life we've built. I love the history we share. I love that when something good happens, he's the person I've always wanted to tell first, for as long as I can remember. Marriage at any age is a gamble. We just rolled the dice earlier than most.